Hey guys, this is Czar, your fourth decade trader and mental game specialist. Are you ready to go deep on this one today? No fancy slides, no hype, just the two of us getting real with your trading. Okay, here we go. If you're a day trader or a scalper, chances are you're losing money over a multi-month time period. Those are just the harsh statistics. Short-term trading is incredibly difficult for all the reasons we've discussed in my mental game playlist. I encourage you to take the time to study it over and over again. If you can't seem to break through to the other side of profitability, there's a very high likelihood that you're struggling to release your need to control. Maybe it's finally time for you to take radical measures to eliminate that problem once and for all. A trader's need for control is such an incredibly strong drive that they will seem incapable of overcoming it using self-discipline and determination, both of which are based in the conscious mind. Here's the deal. The notion of being more disciplined or being more determined is not a viable solution when it comes to deeply held subconscious programs that were likely installed during childhood and reinforced countless times as an adult. For example, it doesn't matter that your conscious mind knows that moving your stops backwards will eventually destroy your trading account. The fact is, there's a much more powerful subconscious program that drives the destructive behavior of moving your stops backwards from time to time. And ultimately, it's the subconscious mind that runs the entire show. Your subconscious mind is far more concerned about protecting your self-esteem and your self-worth in the moment than the possibility of losing money on a single trade. There's much more at stake for the subconscious mind than a trading account, and it will drive you to engage in all kinds of destructive behaviors to protect your identity and your idealized self-image. As another example, it doesn't matter that your conscious mind knows that protecting your profits by moving your stops to break even too early will eventually destroy your trading account. There's a much more powerful subconscious program that permits and drives the destructive behavior of moving your stops to break even early. And ultimately, it's the subconscious mind that runs the entire show. No amount of consciously trying to be more disciplined will be able to overpower the subconscious mind in the long run. It may work for a few trades, but self-discipline is ultimately no match for the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind laughs in the face of self-discipline. The notion of self-discipline in trading is nothing more than a short-lived fantasy session. It has virtually no power over the subconscious mind. Remember, the world of trading is loaded with highly disciplined people who have been very successful in their lives. So we know that self-discipline and willpower have no place here. So what's the solution? How can you delete or disempower the antiquated, destructive subconscious programs that are causing so much pain in your trading practice? Well, the entire problem, and therefore the keys to the solution, lies in one word, and that word is discretion. The subconscious mind will ultimately find a way to dominate our behavior as long as there is unbounded latitude for discretionary decisions in our trading approach. In other words, unless there's a strict, overarching set of unbreakable rules that are applied mechanically, there will be multiple points of vulnerability to be exploited by the subconscious mind. So let's step back for a moment and consider the bigger picture. World-class traders will agree that certain basic elements are required in order to remain a consistently profitable trader. The first of these basic elements is the critical importance of trading in synchronicity with the market's trend. Now, I'm not suggesting that all short-term traders must become trend followers or that they can't trade reversals. but they must always be operating in agreement with the market's directional bias. Fighting the market's path of least resistance will always and eventually result in account destruction. The second basic element required to remain a consistently profitable trader is the avoidance of overtrading. Your conscious mind may even recognize that you're taking far too many trades, yet your subconscious mind may have a lifelong belief that more activity is better, and that more activity leads to potentially more profits. In the arena of trading, that unconscious belief is false. So even though you have this internal conflict between your conscious recognition and your subconscious beliefs, you need to remember that it's the subconscious mind that runs the show. The third basic element required to remain a consistently profitable trader is to avoid moving your original stops away from the market or taking profits too early. Now, once again, this is something your conscious mind probably knows is incredibly destructive to your trading results, but your subconscious mind may have a different plan for you. Your subconscious mind is operating only to protect your comfort level in the moment and to protect your self-esteem in the moment. It doesn't care about losing money. It doesn't care about all the pain and misery you're experiencing from being a losing trader. It only cares about trying desperately to protect you in the moment, and it ignores the massive failure of the bigger picture. Those subconscious programs have evolved to help you and to protect you and to preserve your self-confidence, but are actually creating a great deal of unhappiness and pain for you. These are powerful but outdated programs that need to be unplugged from their power source. And the only way to disconnect those dangerous programs is to cut the power cord so they can no longer operate with any intensity. And the way this can be accomplished is through the installation of a set of strict, basic trading rules that result in the complete removal of discretion. It's important to remember that discretion is the power source for these harmful subconscious programs. The fact is, we can completely remove nearly all of the dangerous discretion by deciding to operate with simple, precise, and clean rules of engagement wrapped up into a closed operating system. When we choose to function in this way, we only need enough self-discipline and willpower to maintain the application of that closed operating system and nothing more. Once that operating system has been built and established, we simply need to apply it each day with no deviation. When the closed system is in operation, we're not even permitted to entertain the notion of trading against the trend, or taking too many trades, or moving our stop orders without a strategic reason, or adding to a loser, or any other discretionary temptation that would normally arise. The system is the system. It's simple, it's precise, it's clean, it's closed, and it's unwavering. The system has been built for maximum long-term profit. It was not built for short-term comfort. The system has been built for making money, not for winning on individual trades. All great traders operate in this way, even though most of them would not even be able to explain the mechanisms of action or why it's so critical to their success. Think of the most profitable traders in history, and you will find that virtually all of them trade using a closed operating system with simple, precise, clean rules of engagement. They always trade in synchronicity with the market's trend. They never overtrade. They never move their stop away from the market. They only tighten their stops based on strict criteria. They never add to a losing trade. They never risk more than 1 to 2% of their account on a single trade, and the list goes on and on. All of these traders execute the exact same principles, but they do so in their own unique way. But the big question is, what makes these traders so incredibly different than the 95% of other traders who fail so miserably in trading? How are these traders able to execute upon their closed operating system without question? How are these traders not being controlled or manipulated by their subconscious programs like the rest of us? What makes them seem to be immune to the same temptations? Well, we can't possibly evaluate the unique set of life experiences and intricate neurological wiring of each of these world-class traders in order to determine the answer to that question. But what we can know is this. For whatever set of complex reasons, they've been able to establish and run a closed operating system devoid of discretion and therefore insulated from the typical subconscious programs that are so devastating to over 95% of traders. They make money consistently because they have eliminated the problem. I'll say that again. They make money consistently because they have eliminated the problem. They've created a common set of rules within a closed operating system. They've eliminated the futile need for grinding self-discipline day in and day out, and they execute upon their model with humility and confidence. They have learned to trust the probabilities. They trust the math. They trust their positive expectancy system. And they know they must never trust their judgment or their discretionary decisions outside of that closed operating system. And therein lies the secret. Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to develop and run a closed operating system? Are you willing to release your need to control each moment? Are you ready to experience the razor's edge? You can do this.